Hello and welcome to another update video about MATIC. Yeah, on the MATIC chart here, we're still waiting for clarity if price has really bottomed on the 10th of June, because we want to see a 5-wave move to the upside as indicated here in the yellow wave count. To get clarity on this chart, we really need the 5 waves up, and we could now be in the 5th wave. So waiting for the next high probability setup means waiting for the 5-wave move to the upside to occur, and then looking to scale into a 3-wave pullback. That is, in my opinion, the way to do this, to approach it, if someone is looking for confirmation that price bottomed on the 10th of June, and if someone is waiting for clarity. Then it needs patience, discipline, to wait for this high probability setup. People who don't want to wait, I mean, we have here a support area that can be used. If you like to trade based on these parameters, well, my view is, but be aware, this is not a high probability setup. It can easily break. So I'm not telling you this is going to hold. Yeah, these are levels to watch that should hold if a 5th wave is playing out. Now, the problem with this is we only have 3 waves up so far. So it can easily be a WXY in a 4th wave with one more low to come. And until we get the 5 waves, we just don't have the clarity, okay? So there are always different structures in Elliott waves. So typically, off such a swing low like this one that was made on the 10th of June, if the rally is only in 3 waves, then there is always a risk it's going to break down, always. And to be honest, price action of yesterday's low is not entirely convincing. And to be honest, if Bitcoin plays out its C wave and Ethereum as well, I think there's a good chance to follow through to the downside. We would have confirmation to a degree if that trend line breaks, and even more confirmation below the golden ratio pullback, the 68.6 cent level, because if price breaks below that level, then it is too deep for this yellow wave 4 to be reliable. Yeah? And then we might have just seen a 1-2 setup to the downside of white wave 5, and then, yeah, you know what I mean. But obviously, because the trend is up short term, yeah, we have higher highs and higher lows. It's just not very convincing price action. Here's a support area that would, if broken to the downside, confirm that the yellow count isn't playing out. But as long as it's holding, we can look forward to a 5th wave. It's just that in Elliott wave, you always need 5 waves up off a low to confirm that the trend is shifting, yeah, and the 5th wave needs one more high. And then the problem is that this is only a diagonal, so even then the pullback in a wave 2 will be a bit, I don't want to say unreliable, but it still needs to prove itself, because any diagonal needs to prove itself, because diagonals are not super reliable. That is just, they are not impulses, okay? But yeah, you know, as long as the trend line is holding, as long as the Wednesday low is holding, I think we can tentatively focus on higher. It's just that price action at the moment isn't very convincing. The support area is in orange, meaning higher risk. And it's only a 3-wave move up so far in a very choppy structure. So the move down certainly has a high likelihood as well, okay? Bear in mind, there isn't always a good setup on a chart. If there was always a setup on every chart at any time, then you know, patience wouldn't be so important in trading, but it is. Yeah, most of the time in trading means waiting for high probability setups. If you want to jump on board and it's not a high probability setup, I always have to ask why. I always have to ask why. The problem is many people always looking for a trade, but that is bad trading practice. It just is, okay? So yeah, but that's also the desire of many people to want to trade low probability charts. I mean, there are so many trash charts out there, but people always want to trade them. I don't know why. There's so many. I mean, you can always, with another method, power to you, yeah. But Elliott wave tells us that these charts like this one, yeah, it tells us it is a choppy chart, not a clear trend, and can still break down easily. So just be aware, there are always different approaches to this, but this is, you could say it's not reliable yet as an upside trend, but it's a pretty clear chart in terms of it tells us that that it's a diagonal, and therefore we have to expect that it's choppy, and we have to wait for 5 waves up to get the next high probability setup, because then a pullback should occur in an ABC correction, we can measure the support levels and put the next setup on the chart, like this one. That was a high probability setup, right? With price getting into this region, and it moved out of it, right? Well, that's the thing. Just to give you some perspective, there are professional traders who wait months and months for a high probability setup, and then they trade it. You don't need to trade every wave. Okay, but that's my update about MATIC. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.